What's up, y'all? Just your boy, Corey Extension, and welcome.
Guys, welcome.
Welcome. Hey everyone, welcome to Connected. I'm Bree, and I'm here with my siblings and cousins. Each week, we'll be taking on a story or three from entertainment or internet news that we can all pick apart together. This week, we ended up circling around the topic of AI. We're talking about LA Comic-Con bringing back Stan Lee as an AI hologram, a bit of a detour with the story of a sketchy Steam game that turned out to be stealing money from a cancer fundraiser. And then, of course, we had to get into Tilly Norwood, the AI actress that's starting to blur the line between real and fake. So buckle up. It's tech, culture, and a little chaos, and we've got some thoughts. Let's jump in. So tell me why LA Comic-Con decided that we need AI-powered hologram of Stan Lee that you can interact with for $15 to $20. If you can, they just not let this man rest? Why? So okay,
I'm pretty sure even he wouldn't like that.
yeah. So the thing is, so like prior to him dying, he signed over like rights to his image for like 20 years, and I think almost everyone thought like, oh, so we might still see Stan Lee, walking through in the background of a Spider-Man movie. Not that they're going to freaking wring every potential drop of money out of his image and doing stuff like this.
Out of his corpse, you could say it.
Thanks. I felt like I didn't want to be too macabre.
Yeah, that's basically what they're doing, right?
Yeah, so if you see this like right here, this part, we have big plans for rapid commercial expansion of a Stan Lee IP. Like,
That's so
do you
gross.
hear yourself?
Like, it was a legacy.
Okay, so I'm just looking at, so like, you go into Comic-Con, you enter a special 1,500 square, that's twice the size of my apartment. Okay, a 1,500 square foot booth to interact with Stan Lee, who's like in a rectangular box. And apparently he might like, show up in just random parts of the convention, which, like, so it's not like if if you just wanted to see AI Stan Lee hologram for some reason, you're over there to get milk for money. They also will just show up. He'll just show up in other places where you're not expecting him. That, I shouldn't say him. I guess I should say it or something like that. But also that feels disrespectful because like it has this image.
It does.
I feel gross.
I mean, it is what it is, so.
Who asked for this? Who wants this? Who is this?
Okay, so one more quote. Like this is actually a really good article. So the head of the Stan Lee division at Cartoon Studios said this: "We'll never put words in his mouth that aren't in line with things he spoke about in his lifetime. Fortunately, with decades of footage capturing his thoughts on so many subjects, we can build a voice that stays true, not always word for word, but always faithful in spirit, context, and intent." Your takes there from hearing that?
I don't trust or believe that. Like, AI hallucinations are a thing that exists and are prevalent.
Mm-hmm. It's actually something that is, like, according to top line researchers, is a mathematical inevitability of LLMs. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was an article that came out from it was covering, I think, like, from the creators of K-pop Demon Hunters, and because the article itself was translated from Korean, I believe, the AI that translated said that because the creators themselves mentioned that they'd use like AI as inspiration for lyrics, the AI that translated the article said that through hallucination, it said that they used AI to like write the song Soda Pop and like perform it, and that's not true at all. And that was just an AI hallucination. And so many people believed it and started trashing it.
I feel like a sort of irritation whenever I see like these overzealous AI witch hunts. Because like I'll see people like harassing artists and accusing them of like using AI when it's just like this person has been on this platform for 10 years and someone just like didn't like them and started a witch hunt, and now everyone just immediately brigades on them without even thinking of using any sort of critical thinking or waiting for. I don't know. Like, sorry, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I keep interrupting, but like that's the thing that I hate too, because like I'm in artist-centric communities, and the amount of times I'll see like someone who like isn't an artist, doesn't have expertise in it, and just like look at it and like, oh, that part looks funny, and say like, hey, I think the person used AI, and then we'll just forego any logic or like actual study on it and just say because that's their opinion. It's just, it's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen my fair share of that.
DJ, what have you seen?
Well, some cases people actually did get exposed for using AI. Other times it was just like, it actually wasn't true. It was just their art style that I guess coincidentally looked a bit like what's the word I'm looking for?
Like AI artifacting?
I guess, but it wasn't actually AI. It was just their overall art style. But people thought it was at first.
Yeah, I get that because I have seen people like going like, oh, well, their hands, they do like hands weird, but also the hands are like kind of the hardest part to draw. So like if you're a beginner artist, that's the part you're going to mess up.
My homies hate drawing hands.
Same with I remember like, I always put like when it comes to like drawing eyes, I will like put the bangs so I don't have to draw the other side of the
I tried drawing hands one time. Nah, I'm good.
thing.
Y'all got it.
Sometimes I draw more hands just to challenge myself. This isn't about me. Continue.
Okay. I did want to. Sorry, before we like drift off too far from the subject, just the thing that made me really sad reading this, and I sort of knew about this because I had read an article about it before he had even passed away. But apparently, that's caretakers would often bring like when he was alive, but you know, it had to be taken care of because of his age. Caretakers would like bring him to cons to make appearances, and you know, which sort of started getting pushback from the fans saying like this is like he's old and like pretty much blind, like why are you dragging him around and he looks tired. It's, I don't know, just like that coupled with this just seems, I don't know, not great though.
I don't like it.
Okay. Before I move on, does anyone actually okay? I did want to talk about this one other thing, if you guys don't mind me spilling for a little bit.
Go off, Queen.
Okay, so when we were talking about this in the Discord, I remember I was like, okay, you already mentioned like AI hallucinations, like that's a known thing. So no matter what you're saying about oh, we'll never put words in his mouth that aren't in line with what he spoke. That's something that you can't really guarantee because there's been billions of dollars trying to reduce AI hallucinations, and that still hasn't happened. Two, this is the thing that I mentioned before. Between me and you and Amber, with that like jailbreaking AI, there are like entire groups on the internet who spend their time just trying to get AI to do things that it's not supposed to do. Generally, this will be things like people like trying to get an AI that like it's not supposed to be, you know, it's like safe for work and get it to produce like inappropriate pictures or inappropriate text or like yeah. So anyways, that there are entire groups dedicated to doing that. So I think doing something high profile like this would attract those people who like to do that. That would just like attract their attention and get them to try and get this to fail. And I did like have like I don't know, I kind of have like some. This might be like me being really niche and nerdy into something. So if I'm like going too far into the weeds, stop me. But I, if you're into cybersecurity at all, there's been like a little bit of investigation for looking into ways to like defeat AI-powered cybersecurity systems. There's even like a cybersecurity game that was produced to like try and trick the AI into like giving you a password that it's not supposed to give you. This is the link that I put inside the Discord about like trying to like defeat various levels of difficulty of the AI protections.
Oh yeah, I saw those. They look like fun.
Yeah,
Did you did you ever try them?
yeah, I got all the way through level. I got all the way to the final level.
Jeez.
Did you not beat the final level?
I think I did, but honestly, I don't remember. I haven't played it in a while. I tried it again once I was like looking for the link, and I got to level 7, but then like I don't know, I just got distracted and didn't finish it all the way. But I'm sure I could because I got to level 7 pretty quickly. Maybe we be like, oh, watch me try and break the AI on live stream later.
Honestly, I'd watch.
Oh, big face. Okay. I don't know if we want to say anything else about Stan Lee, but I can move on to the next thing, which is also AI involved. So sorry if you were trying to get away from that.
Oh, I was just thinking because like I can understand not supporting AI. I myself don't support it, but going out of your way to tarnish like what once was the facade of a real person and like getting them to do or say something horrible just to push an agenda like beyond their will, it just feels gross to like for him to be used in either direction. It just feels so gross. I hate it.
But $20 is $20.
David, no. Okay, I will say, I think
Nathan,
people
shut
who
up.
are like LLM hackers or whatever you want to call them, like do it for the thrill. Like if you I remember like the like early 2000s hacking scene, it's sort of like that. Like it's just a thrill of like getting more getting to do something that you're technically not supposed to do, or someone tried to put a wall in your way of doing something, and you just find a way around the wall, and that's the thing that's enticing rather than any actual malice.
It's just the ethical, like, because it's the likeness of someone who is now dead. Like, there's no way to skirt the ethical like questions regarding it. That's the part that feels gross to me. Like
sorry, I'm talking about the people who like to try and circumvent LLM controls. I think it's just gross to put. I'm more grossed out by the company. Sorry, I forgot the company's name. The company that's like doing this more than I am like Proto Hologram, more than I am about like people who just like to screw around with LLMs.
oh yeah, like I understand screwing around with an LLM. It's like AI is a fun new technology that's like you want to push the bounds and see what you can and can't do with it. It's just if you're tarnishing the memory of someone who like people looked up to and adore, that I can't get behind that. Like
But
I
Amber,
try to be empathetic and understanding.
aren't those like the main people who would be willing to pay $20 for this though?
I don't know. I don't know who wants this. I don't know who asked for this. I don't know whose idea this was.
I think okay, sorry, this is me potentially playing devil's advocate to my own detriment. But I think if you were like the type of person who was interested in, I guess, getting like this is like the very early stages of something that I think will be affecting us for the rest of our lives, and like something like this would probably be something that like would be in a history book of like, oh, they resurrected this. Sorry, not in a history book, but in some sort of I don't know, high profile article or something. I don't know. Like Stan Lee is iconic.
For people.
Like Stan Lee is an iconic figure. And like getting some sort of interaction and like getting recording of that and like seeing something happen that hasn't happened before. I think people would be like, oh, this could be my chance to get that one video or that one recording that will go viral or whatever. I could see people doing that, and That's, I guess, kind of gross, but like it's like
But it won't
secondary
be the same
exploitation
though.
of the exploitation that proto hologram is doing.
What'd you say, TJ?
I said, but it won't be the same though.
It won't be, but the rush that people feel in doing it will probably be the same.
Nah, I can't. I can't see that.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not about to be paying $15 to $20 for freaking but like you're not gonna catch me doing this. I'm saying this is what I would think is if people that are would be willing to pay for this. This is probably the thing that would be going in their mind. It's like, oh, this is a thing that's never been done before. Let me get my 2 seconds of fame or adjacent fame or whatever.
I can't see I can't see me paying that kind of money just to talk to somebody who's basically not even the real person.
Not even here no more.
They haven't been here in. You said they died in 2018, right?
Yeah, he's been gone
Yeah.
for a while.
So it's been 7 years later.
That's so. Uh,
Yeah, we should have shut down that Michael Jackson hologram thing when we had the chance.
there was a Michael Jackson.
Wait.
So sorry, I was bringing this article up if you were watching the screen. So in 2014, this was not AI. It was just a digital performance that it was an IRL music show where they had a hologram of Michael Jackson dancing, and this was after he had already passed away. So there was like a dancer that was like used as the base that was doing the actual dance, but then like they like digitally animated and projected Michael Jackson's face and features over that person.
Why did they do that?
Because $20 is $20.
Gotta milk
Because
it.
like the closest thing that I can remember was like the whole thing with Prince. I can't
Oh
remember the
wait, there
full
was a Prince
details.
hologram too?
I think there was, or something else entirely. I can't remember the full details. I just remember it had to do with him.
You remember who's had that song with the AI 2-pack in it?
Oh, that was Drake and the beef with Kendrick,
Oh,
and it went about as well as
oh.
you could expect.
Oh.
Okay, I will say the thing that squicks me out a little bit more is like you're making them talk, whereas like the Michael Jackson thing, I don't know. Like I guess it's still like a little weird, but
Yeah.
it doesn't feel as the same as like making them verbalize things they've never said in
Yeah,
real
the
life.
Michael Jackson thing could have been a glorified recording on a projector or something. The whole like taking their voice and putting words in their mouth that they never said.
Mhm. Yeah, it's gross.
It was even weirder that like he used Snoop Dogg, who is still alive and with us, and it was just weird. It was just weird overall. Like again, he was trying to do like the mind games of, oh, Kendrick, these are people like rappers that you looked up to and like took notes from, and they're dissing you, and it's just like, bro, you're typing words into a computer and having them say them in a funny voice like that. I don't
That man
I don't
thought
get
he
it.
could spit. He thought he was cooking with that.
He did. He
He
really
thought
did.
he was cooking. He really thought he was cooking, and nothing in the kitchen. Boy dinner.
Not even having sleep for dinner.
Sugar water.
Okay. This is actually something that, sorry, this is a pivot, and it's not something that was in the Discord already, but I don't know if you have noticed, like, the rising amount of, like, AI-generated music on Spotify and YouTube. Okay, I will start with a personal story, if you haven't. So when I'm, like, coding or, like, doing work or whatever, what I'll, like, often do is just, like, have YouTube lo-fi mixes, chill hip hop chill lo-fi hip hop beats to study to or whatever. And a lot of them, like, I didn't even realize this until like I looked at the video and looked at the description, because I was like, okay, a lot of these songs are kind of sound the same, but like, whatever, it's for me to focus. But it was actually AI generated, and it had like a lot of views. So I was like, wait, how many of these have actually been AI generated this whole time? And I just haven't really noticed. And also, I kind of feel like, I don't know if you've seen Rick and Morty, but you see like Morty's dad in the car listening to human music. I was like, wait, is this me?
Funny.
What? It's
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it.
But yeah, so if you are a person who generally listens to lo-fi music to to focus, you probably have
to study and chill too.
Yeah, automatically Jerry's dead. I mean,
You're automatically Jerry. We're
Jerry.
all Jerry. Well, some of us are Jerry. I don't want to say you've all done it, but there are a lot of them if you've been on YouTube. But yeah, like Suno and like, I don't know, the only one I really know of is Suno, because my fiance's dad apparently like wrote an AI song, and the thing is, he didn't put, like, he plays drums, but he didn't play any drums to make the song, and he didn't put his vocals on it, and he used ChatGPT for the lyrics. And I guess he did edit lyrics, but I'm still like, where's the touch of, like, it just sounds like someone else made the song, because he like sent the songs to I don't know, like the family group chat. I would have been okay, like, if he had, like, since I know he does drums, and like he, added some AI upscaling of his voice or something. Like, okay, that's like, that's like a, I don't know, somewhat decent usage, I suppose. But like the entire thing, like, you didn't. I'm like, you have your art, you have the talents to do something with this. Why are you letting the AI do everything?
That's what I can understand, because like I enjoy when I'm creating the process, like seeing the work from start to finish, seeing it through, and then like learning like with every piece that I make. It's just, why rob yourself of that?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be against it when, like, because like autotune is already a thing. So I think if you like sang and like, I don't know, use some slightly more advanced to upscale your voice, this like, I'm like, okay, like, this feels like the same thing in the same vein. But letting it take over all of your contributions entirely, that's where I'm like, okay, this is like, and I was like listening to it, I'm like, this is not something I'll ever listen to again. A video game streamer was fundraising for his own cancer treatment and ended up losing over $32,000 in cryptocurrency after downloading a compromised game on Steam, which was verified. And I will say there are two things that I want to mention here. Like, as a gamer, I'm like, what the heck? Because like, if I see a game on Steam, even like, I play a lot of indie games, and whenever I see an indie game, I'm like, oh, well, it looks kind of legit, and, it has a good bunch of reviews, and that would generally be enough for me to, download it and check it out. Like, usually they're on like $2 or whatever. A lot of times are free. So this is like kind of horrifying from that perspective.
yeah.
Second of all, it's like, as an indie or aspiring indie game developer, if like Steam is not known to be trustworthy for indie games, that's going to be really bad for indie game development and adoption. Any thoughts there, then? I know you're also looking into the indie game development stuff.
Yeah, that is kind of wild. How did it happen? Did they scrape his computer for passwords, or did they like get his crypto keys or stuff? I'm curious about the details. Like, what all would have caused something like this to happen?
So it looks like, at least for some amount of time, the game wasn't actually malware. But at some point, there was an update to the game that led to basically part of your file system getting scraped for crypto keys. And the people who like were behind the game like would go and find streamers who knew that who they knew had like some sort of crypto investing or crypto interests, and would explicitly go after them to try and get them to download and play the game. So, like, during the live stream, someone sent him like, "Oh, you should check out this game," and they knew that he like had cryptocurrency interest of some sort from like previous like stuff that he had posted. So it's like sort of targeted, but also a lot of people were here we go. Like a lot of people got money stolen from them by these people, like something 261 accounts is saying. And other people are saying it might be closer to like 500, but maybe they just like, I think some of them, they didn't actually have crypto wallets. But yeah.
Wait, so they made people download a game so that they can get into their crypto wallets and take their money. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like halfway between horrified and genuinely impressed. That's kind of diabolical.
It's fully diabolical.
it
This
is.
was a cancer patient, like, fundraising for his own treatment.
Not for real.
And
Yeah.
You
I
stole
will say there was
from-
like some. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say you stole from someone that had cancer and was trying to get treated. It's like y'all really have no soul, huh?
$20 is $20, right, Nathan?
yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, bro.
Oh, bro.
I'm sorry, I had to bring it back to the.
A dub is in fact a dub.
No, I'm just saying what Nathan said because it's funny irony. I do not in any way stand by.
You had some
That's-
judgment in that.
No, I was just saying what Nathan said. I wasn't trying to do a thing. I was just doing a thing.
Amber, you're not
says
helping me with my
Amber's
faith in
unite.
humanity.
My faith in humanity is mostly gone. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I like humans more than mosquitoes. That man.
I mean, there's that.
Wait, what did you say, Jonathan?
Why do y'all keep having like him say anything?
I heard you say something.
Oh, I didn't hear
No,
anything. I
I
thought I
didn't
missed.
say anything.
You gotta act with Jonathan and the schizophrenic Jonathan that we all hear.
What's that, Spirit Jonathan? You want me to take the police's gun off?
Oh,
Okay.
Do it for the gram? Okay.
Wait.
Can we cut that part out?
No, it's funny. Nathan, you know that meme of like the virtual insanity music video where Jamiroquai is just like sliding in with his hand out?
You slide to the guy.
to bring that thing back on top.
Yeah.
Sorry. So
Okay,
sorry.
so- Just because I'm sorry, I mean the part that I'm gonna cut out. Just looking back to the last talking point. Okay, so don't despair too much because he did get stolen from, but a crypto influencer named Alex Becker actually sent all of the money that he lost to a new secure wallet.
Wait, did he?
And yes. And additionally, apparently, although so Nathan, you did commend like the hackers, I guess a little bit. It's not commend, that's not the right word, but was impressed by, I guess, the hustle. I don't know what the right word is. Sorry,
It's just like it's an
that's what I'm saying because I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Nathan's big into coding, and like I imagine that's like intricate level of like hackery. It's like just like from that standpoint.
Oh, and like the pure creativeness of it, like from the jump, is pretty interesting. Like, this shouldn't happen no matter what. But hey, I wouldn't have thought of that. Maybe I should. I mean, I wouldn't have thought of that.
What? Well, anyways, moving on to the next section. So apparently, though they were expressing some evil genius ingenuity, I guess if you want to call it that, emphasis on the evil, they actually
They did
did
get
a
caught.
lot of so some of them got caught. because they left their Telegram bot code and authentication tokens like available. They left the game like left artifacts that had the information in there, and they've allegedly, I just have to say that for legal reasons, have identified one of the primary actors behind the Blockbusters game, as an Argentinian immigrant residing in Miami, Florida. And of course it's Florida. I should probably put that out. Of course it's Florida.
I'll leave that in.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting seeing like I wouldn't say independent like internet sleuths, because these people are like actual cybersecurity and people in the cybersecurity space. On the other hand, they tend to also be people who are online all the time anyway, so I feel like they'd still kind of count. I do want to say though, okay, so this around the same time, so there's a note-taking app that I use called Obsidian, and it's like it has like hundreds of thousands of users. But the thing that like makes it really cool and I guess appealing is that there's tons and tons of plugins. Like if you want your notes to sync to Google Calendar, if you want your notes to sync to Google Notes, if you want your notes to send you an alert, you can like there's all sorts of like plugins that you can get. Turns out, and I didn't find this out until like last week, it's hilariously vulnerable. Like anyone who like puts a community plugin there can update it. Like the code will still look like it's open source, but the thing that gets installed onto your computer can change at any point, and you don't really have any way of verifying like whether or not something suspicious is on there. And also, it's not sandboxed at all, so it has access to your entire file system. Or you probably won't be able to get root access, but that's still a lot of files that it has access to. And I'm like, what the heck? They didn't do any sandboxing whatsoever. So like, I did have like, if you use any sort of community plugin, you could have been compromised at any time. And that's like kind of scary. Where I was like, what the heck? Anyways, it just it's not. This isn't really about supply chain security, whatever that phrase is. But I found out about this around the same time. I was like, what the heck? And sorry, this is just me ranting, so also stop me if I'm going too much. But this is another thing where I think like vibe coding might be dangerous, or sorry, is dangerous. I think it will lead to like a resurgence of like early 2000s hacker culture, where like there's just a bunch of people a bunch of new applications with security vulnerabilities that people just haven't even learned about because they just don't know because it's just that new. I think like with AI assisted coding, especially like being so accessible to people who like don't really have any strong background with like with software development, I think there's going to be a resurgence of like that early 2000s hacker culture. And I guess that's probably what like living in a cyberpunk society would look like. But also, I'm not really trying to do that, Actually, there's one other cybersecurity guy. Jonathan, what do you think about I don't know what the next decade will look like in terms of cybersecurity with the resurgence of, or with so many like lay people getting into coding? I don't mean to say that like elitist, because like I think it's cool, but I also do worry a little bit if people are like have no idea of like how easy it is to hack stuff if they don't put any thought into stuff. I think we'll be seeing stuff like that.
I feel like a lot of like services or like say websites or anything that's really being built that way are gonna be obviously extremely susceptible, because even if it is originally secure, if somebody finds a way through it, most likely the person who originally used that AI to make it isn't going to know how to defend itself to like 0-day threats. And that's probably going to shut down a whole lot of companies and put a lot of services out. But I also think for the people who actually do know what they're doing, that's just gonna make them look stronger. So it's kind of like a not a catch-22, but
It's like a
it's a
problem
similar.
that will eventually solve itself, kind of.
Yeah, like it'll weed out the people who actually don't really know what they're doing or don't want to learn what they're doing and just are kind of taking the easy way out.
This might maybe. I'm not sure how this will come out as I'm saying it, but I think I find something appealing in the short-term future, like before I guess that consolidation happens, with more services, being provided, like seeing more like web applications like produced by independent developers, more games being produced by independent developers. I know this runs the risk of like obviously like in the midst of all this, there's like a huge amount of AI slop. People who just like put no thought or effort into what they're producing, and it's there just because if they get like at least a couple of clicks, that's a few bucks in their wallet. But at least for the mid tier effort stuff, I think it will be interesting seeing like how much. I don't know if the internet explodes is the right word, but how much integration and like unique innovations that we can find that will be fine because people who had ideas that they couldn't put into fruition now have that capability. So I am really interested in like the short term, but like since I know what happened with like the dot-com boom and like how all these new like indie companies turn into large conglomerates. Like I'm not looking forward to the late term of the like when all those companies get gobbled up or consolidated or whatever. I don't know, I have like mixed feelings. And you
Yeah.
ever like you get like the cyberpunk aesthetic. Where do you think we are in like moving towards that?
Oh no. Or how do you think we are for prepared for it, or how
Oh,
close we
not
are?
prepared for it. I don't want to live in. I don't think anyone in a cyberpunk like fictional world is really having a good time. But I do feel like things are moving in a not too optimistic direction sometimes.
A lot of the times, I'm seeing stuff like how everything seems to be getting maybe not like worse, but increasingly like everything's meant for a buck and like for like doing things for the artistry of it or stuff like that. And like eventually, I'm sure they'll balance itself out where eventually like there'll be a baseline of quality that people will just refuse to accept or something. But I feel like that at least the people in the cyberpunk fantasy, at least they have cool architecture to live in, and like they get like cool laser glasses. We don't even get that. We have to go to the same like
Okay.
basic general plot lines, like AIs and
Yeah, it feels like everything in the digital world is just becoming more and more. I don't know real. I don't know if real is the right word, but more is having more presence than things in the actual world. And
yeah.
that's the thing. Is I don't know. I guess there's pros and cons because I play video games a lot, but like I guess before I wouldn't have really thought about the mental toll in terms of like loss of connection, loss of the human touch and the arts and all of that. I know I ran a little on the bed, so I am a bit curious, Amber, Jonathan, or TJ, if you had any thoughts there before we move towards our next AI story.
I don't know that much about like the tech area beyond like the creative space. So it's just I don't know.
Well, I feel like it touches everything. It feels like, and like I don't know, like I feel like like this is like not in the near future. This is like long. Well, okay, a little bit. We see the warning signs in the near future, but like 10 years from now, who knows? But we've all seen like cyber tech, like I don't know, tech tech ushered. Oh no, dystopians that were ushered in by technology in some way. Because there's like so many fictional worlds where that happened, and it was like
It's. I guess it's just crazy seeing like sci-fi always says like, oh yeah, these things like well advanced, like heavily advanced society. It's really left behind or considered the undesirables in air quotes because like what? It's crazy seeing like all the signs saying, hey, this is bad, and then us torpedo straight towards the thing that was bad.
oh yeah, there's even that meme, isn't it? Like, let's not build the. Wait, don't I? I'm sure what it was. I don't know. It's like people watching a video about why not to build Skynet, and then they like
Build
go and
Skynet.
like, oh, I just built Skynet.
It's wild to see. It is wild to see.
I feel like there are enough movies out there that tell us not to do the thing that we are currently doing.
Have you seen like the? I don't remember what the name of it was, but like there's basically a new religion based entirely on just like jailbreaking the AI and like, understanding. Tell me your true name, Grok or whatever, and it's just weird. It's so weird.
What?
I can't remember. I have to find the video. I have to find the video that I found on it.
That has to be a joke. That can't be real.
I don't want it to be real, but like just it's basically like its own religion for some reason, and I don't know why, and it's spooky.
Way of the
I
future.
should not have looked at that definition.
What definition?
What definition did you look at?
The one that Brianna just searched.
Oh, AI religion?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. AI is a deity. I thought there's gotta be more.
Wait, it was.
This was
I
in
sent
2017.
you a video, and I was like, "This is crazy," and then I watched half of it.
Oh, shoot! I'm sorry, I didn't watch that video.
Understandable. It was kind of long. I think it was called Robotheism.
Robotheism?
That's a thing?
Yeah.
How are you finding this up again?
The internet's a wild place, too.
Algorithm. All hail. Sorry.
It's stuff like this I see and makes me think, yeah, we went too far.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're still running as far as we can for some reason.
Head first.
So, a company, Sequoia, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but an AI talent studio essentially, released their first digitally generated actor that they have named Tilly Norwood to Hollywood, and everyone, as well, lay people such as us, as well as their real life peers, actual actors, have weighed in on the concept. But anyways, yeah. So I don't think she's been signed to any sort of contract or anything with Hollywood, but this is their attempt to get her signed by releasing it to the public and to some talent agencies. And
They thought people would hear this and would be supportive of it.
I think, I mean, they're hoping someone has to be the first one and, to make it past the hurdle, and that they're going to be that one.
Was there not a boycott a couple of years back concerning
was.
stuff like this?
Just boycotts are not nearly as effective as they used to be.
Is the writer's strike
Unfortunately.
still ongoing? Or was that resolved?
I don't think so. Actually, let's look up. I don't think I know how that ended.
Every time I hear about this new AI slump, I just can't.
Can't do this shit no more, man.
Dare I say it?
Let me live, dog. Let me just be.
Yeah, you know I can't do that.
Yeah, you know he can't do that.
Yeah, I had to do it to him.
I mean, I do see something about like AI. Okay, so the deal was they banned the use of AI for writing or rewriting literary materials and forbid studios from enforcing writers to use it. However, the deal allows writers to choose to use AI if they receive consent from the studio. And that's just about writing, not necessarily anything about actors or actresses. So I do think it was probably a big win for them. But this concluded in 2023. I think the protections were for 3 years and is 2025. And also it was kind of narrowly scoped and it was more so focused on writing. And now we are here to Tilly Norwood. Which, why did they name her Tilly Norwood?
Why name it? I imagine it's hard enough getting like work as an actor now, but now we have to. There's competition with machines. Like, who is this for? Who does it benefit? I don't understand the point of this.
Well, I mean, I feel like the benefits are obviously like if you're a large company who normally would have to pay their humans, we can get rid of that. We can make a business cutting decision, or sorry, a financial decision, and cut out the human component. The point, I guess, the question is whether or not people are going to accept that.
It's just also like creating and maintaining this is also many times more expensive than just hiring people, but it's just they see it as a shortcut for some reason. I don't get it.
Acting is an art form. You're not going to get very far with doing stuff like this.
Mm.
Can't be worse than Michael B. Jordan.
Oh
What is it with you and Michael B.
You leave
Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan out of this.
Dog, call me Gal Gadot the way I'm. I don't know how to act. Sorry.
Hey, yo.
Hey, you.
Ayo. Anyways, to
Which
the
is
topic
worse?
at hand.
Oh, sorry.
Gal Gadot's worse.
No, I was gonna say which is worse, Amber's hate for AI or Jonathan's hate for Michael B. Jordan.
Mine has a reason.
Oh, good point. Sorry, what do you mean by worse? Because I thought you meant like the depth of the hatred.
Like the depth of hatred.
Okay, because that's what I was thinking. Because I feel like, like
Amber can never hate anything the way I hate Michael B. Jordan.
I can
no,
try.
I'm not feeling the hate. I'm feeling just like a little bit of apathetic disdain.
It's more like
No, I'm sorry. I'm
disdain.
talking about Jonathan.
Oh,
I don't know what that word means, so I'm going to take it as disrespect.
disdain is just I feel disgust or like contempt
And
toward
apathetic
this
is
thing.
like I don't really care that much.
So it's just like okay,
I want to see him fail.
okay.
I guess we can go over some of the reactions.
Okay.
Which, I mean, not really anything that I think will feel like I don't know, take down the machine, but it is growing, getting netting a negative reaction from actual actors and actresses. But the question is, what are people going to think? And I think people are still pushing against just complete replacement.
I just don't know who would actually want this outside of companies that are just money hungry.
Well, I think the thing is not whether or not people want it, it's whether or not they'll tolerate it. If the next, I don't know, the next Marvel movie came out and I had Tilly Norwood in it, would that be enough to prevent you from going to see it? That's the thing that I think they're trying to bet on.
But then you also have to wonder how many people are actually going to be able to tell that it's AI generated or not.
Yeah, it's so aggravating. Whenever I see like four people on Facebook or like whatever are just like adoring obviously fake videos, I'm like, please stop. This might be unless someone had something else they want to say about the actress. I think this might be a good segue to like when you were talking about like can people tell if AI is real or not? We could segue into vibes. The Meta AI video feed thing.
Oh, I haven't heard of that. What is it?
Okay, well, let's get into it.
Oh,
so,
Lord.
if you did not already have experienced enough AI slop in your life, you can get it on demand.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Meta.
All of it is too much.
Oh,
We didn't
All
get
of
it
it.
before that. So, September 25th, Meta launched a new feed of AI videos that they called Vibes. As they are trying to incorporate AI into saving Meta some way, somehow. Anyways, this platform is where users can create basically YouTube shorts, essentially, or I guess TikTok reels. Anyways, it's another way to like get your
Destroy your brain.
your deluge of short form entertainment, a la Instagram, a la TikTok, a la YouTube shorts. Except in this case, it will be AI generated videos that you can just. It says make from scratch, but I think we can. I don't know. Your mileage may vary depending on what you would if you consider AI generated from scratch. Anyways, so they can be uploaded directly to Vibes and cross-posted to Instagram and Facebook. And I'm going to hazard a guess that it's probably going to make its way onto YouTube and Reddit. Cool, it's in no time, essentially. So we're going to be seeing a bit more thoughts here before we move on to anything else. Okay, I will say, so like we mentioned earlier, like there's already we talked a little bit about like the elderly people like not really being able to discern from AI generated videos and just anything like normal, as well as I think children are also very susceptible to this. Especially like as sorry, not to go. I know we said this was going to be a bit more about for us, me and Amber sidebar, but I think there's something real like growing up, being exposed to people who are like always like photoshopped and airbrushed and enhanced to be unreal perfection, essentially, and having that be like the majority of like my content consumption and growing up as a kid. I really messed with me. I mean, like now that I'm older, I'm like much well like past that insecurity. Well, I mean, it still hits, but like not as much as it used to. I really worry like what this will have an effect on for like people just not seeing real people, except taking it even a step further.
I'm AI'd out, to be honest. The
Oh.
combination of this and that conference I went to yesterday is, yeah.
I'd say there's
also
so much
thinking-
AI can handle.
That too. It's just I think this is going to segue to like me and Brianna having like a sidebar session of just like the unreleased standards, and it's just
The thing is, like, I feel like we have two adjacent topics. Like, one, we're gonna do the the acceptance movement thing, which is just like you took something like that might have had a core of something positive in it, and it just like took it into something completely unhealthy. And then obviously, like, there's the beauty standard stuff that put people into I don't know, like this moment is for mental states generally for profit.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe we might do some like back-to-back series or like episodes once we start our thing.
The topics that I bring for just like things that I'm interested in. It's just like psychology and health. They kind of go hand in hand. Unhealthy habits do kind of spawn out of just not getting what someone needs in the mental department in some way or form or other. So it's just interesting to see like the connection there.
Hey guys, Jonathan here. Thanks for listening to this episode of Connected. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and rate us 5 stars. If you give us 4 stars, well, you're a hater. Until next time, stay connected.